Magnifico side. Can they do it again? We don't see this team in the grid. We only see them at this stage. And for Fierce, this is a chance to build a name for themselves. Who are these guys? They're going to let you know right now here in this series.
Womp looking for Chippy, found him, but Demensa makes the save, and we are off and running. You can expect that they're going to have to play at a high pace to keep up with Magnifico. They have scored a ton of goals, Magnifico has, throughout the day. Fierce, not so much, averaging under 2 goals a game on the day, but they're here. That's what matters. Chippy's got to jump around in front. He does in front of Demensa's shot, but there's Greasy Meister requiring another clear, this time from Gooch. Whomped, tough angle, got this center for Chippy, and Demensa has the save there. Back and forth they go as Fierce is definitely keeping up.
They are keeping up. It's been a good start for these two as things have gone underway. Opportunities on both sides, but give Greasy an open net, and he's not gonna miss that.
Yeah, they just ran out of gas. They were keeping up for 50 of the first 60 seconds, but they didn't have any boost to get back. Greasy will score, and here we go. Can Fierce stop the bleeding quickly?
Again, that energy coming into this is huge. Fierce, for lack of better terms, need to be fierce on the pinch here. Getting in front of a team like Magnifico, who are known to play really fast and aggressive, also led by Greasy Meister with a lot of experience here, is huge in terms of letting them know, okay, we are not just a no-name team. We can match this Magnifico squad and pace. But with a round 5 matchup, for both sides, it's not going to be easy.
Oh, what a redirect from Atomic that opens this up from Demensa. What a play.
Well, I mean, Greasy, the pass, and Atomic just lands the speed there to set it up for Demensa. Magnifico, that was magnificent.
And just wait for the demos to start up from Magnifico. They have had plenty today. Haven't needed them in the first minute and a half. But there will certainly be opportunities if the other 4 rounds are any indication. There's only one team that has suffered demolitions more than Fierce so far today, and that's Libertas. Worked out okay for them. They're through into the second stage next weekend as Demensa plays through here, and Atomic will challenge Chippy. Goes right after Greasy Meister and downfield again. Magnifico, this time Atomic comes up 50, and it's Womp who needs a clear at Chippy, and that leaves Greasy all the way back.
Greasy back, perfect opportunity for Fierce to really take control here. Haven't seen too much offensive pressure, but at this point, Magnifico playing so fast, you see Fierce starting to double commit here. Kind of a worried sign. Again, we're approaching the bottom half of game 1. They're down by 2. Lots of long clears, but no real threatening offense from Fierce just yet.
Gooch will take over here in front of the center line. Good pass over to Womp. Better defense, and they dodge a bullet as Chippy could not get a touch. And nobody's going to make a quick turn on this. Now Chippy does. There is Demensa right there. Chippy does make sure to steal his corner boost and allows Womp to come up and get a touch. Gooch is waiting in front, and Atomic there to make the stop, make sure there's no shot.
If there's anyone that can get there that fast, it's going to be Atomic, and you saw that too. Great stop from Atomic as well. Magnifico will not give up this lead easily to Fierce. They're going to have to get a little bit more creative. That one will go all the way downfield, but it's an easy touch for Greasy.
Got to get creative, and they might even have to get lucky. That's a good stop there in front as Atomic, all he can do is throw this across. Did get a demo on Chippy. And now Demensa unable to set one up for Greasy Meister. Downfield, Chippy is there, and so is Atomic. 90 seconds to go. Magnifico still holding on to an opening game shutout. And while it looks on the scoreboard like there haven't been many opportunities for Fierce, only 2 shots on net, Fierce have had their chances downfield, but they've been stopped well out in front of the net.
Yeah, a lot of touches here, losing purpose. This one could have been a goal there. Demensa just a little too speedy trying to beat that respawn from Fierce. They, like you said, they've been able to clear this ball out. It really comes down to that midfield. There's no presence from Fierce. The ball gets away from them very easily, and then next thing you know, they're back playing the defensive end. This back and forth play style, Magnifico probably prefer, as they're not necessarily under any pressure. They get a lot of room on the transitions, and you see the result. Almost another goal there for Magnifico as we are counting down the last minute.
And the mechanics certainly on display from Magnifico. Demenza, right place, right time, but couldn't react in time to put a shot on. Breezy waiting patiently to just burn more time off the clock for Magnifico, and Demenza will do it himself.
A demo 2 on the play here, but Demenza has a free touch. Greasy takes down the closest defender, and I mean, it's just Demenza's ball all day. And honestly, that's just been the name of the game so far for Magnifico. They've had a lot of possession, and they've made use of every moment of it.
Again, this is a team in Magnifico that had to go all the way to round 5 a few weeks ago in the first European Regional. Where did they end up? Top 4, out in the semifinals of the playoffs when all was said and done. Womp throws one downfield. There will be no relevant attacks from Fierce to close things out. And it is indeed a shutout for Magnifico as they are on the path to getting into stage 2.
Magnifico looking prime and ready to take this series. A great start for them. Now the pressure is on Fierce. Will they be able to adapt over time? We see, again, a great game for Magnifico, but a 3-goal margin here. Nothing too large. I think Fierce did a great job over the course of this game, at least, again, limiting the bleeding, not stopping it, but limiting it. That being said, offense here was something that was lacking hugely for Fierce. We had a couple of really close chances, like if Chippy was able to get that read off the corner, then that would have been a nicely well-placed shot. But besides that, not a lot of offense from Fierce. We need to see more coming into game 2.
And we can't gloss over some of those crooked numbers you saw on the Magnifico side of that post-game scoreboard. 18 shots to 2. While Fierce had their opportunities, they did not get nearly close enough to the net. If this changes, Womp has to pump the brakes. Gooch doesn't get a shot off as Greasy is right there. And Demenza will just throw one up there, I think hoping Atomic would jump. But instead, he just worked his way downfield. Here's Demenza again, trying to do this all himself, which he is certainly capable of doing. They scored 3 goals in that first game, Daz. Only 1 had an assist. A lot of solo efforts, and again, a lot of high-level mechanics on display for Magnifico in the opener.
Definitely so, but no, a mistake! And that's going to be a goal for Demenza. Just a poor touch here in the midfield. Gooch tries to push that downfield, bounces the wrong way off the octane, and Demenza just has an open look.
Also, unassisted, though certainly quite the assist from a defender.
I was going to say, there's kind of an assist there. You're just not the one you usually get.
It has been a bizarre day here in the opening day of our second European Regional. Chippy will just throw this one up there in the general direction of Womp. But you just look at the spacing, sometimes Fierce getting a little too close together, and maybe a little bit of hero ball starting to come out as you would expect from, again, an inexperienced team in this position making their RLCS debut.
You know, I feel like it's a bit of miscommunication in terms of the type of presence Fierce want to have on the field. On one hand, you have players like Chippy that are just super aggressive. And then on the other side, you have Womp, who gives a lot of respect and space to Magnifico. One thing you don't want to do is give space to Magnifico. So it's honestly just kind of a real, I feel like they all need to be on the same page on whatever idea they want to play with and just go all in on that.
Chippy with a wave dash trying to throw off Greasy's timing. But Greasy will stay with the play. Atomic to center for Demenza, and Demenza has to back off, but not for very long. He will jump for this. That creates a double with Atomic, but nothing doing and no harm as Fierce take their time getting downfield, and by the time they do get onto the Magnifico end, everything just a little disjointed. Timing is not there yet for Fierce. Womp just going to have free reign to clear this away, but he eats a demolition from Demenza. Now, Gooch just has to try and get to this up the side, which he does, barely. But again, nobody else is able to move forward for Fierce, and it remains 1-0.
It does remain 1-0, but on the bright side of things for Fierce, it's only a 1-goal deficit at this point. Again, game time halfway over. They've been doing much better on the defensive end. Offense hasn't been there. We see a pass where no one is able to get in front of. And now they are keeping a little bit more possession on Magnifico's end, although they must be careful on these breakaways. Gooch in a similar position as a clear always comes out with a demo. Wop looking for the shot. The third man is so far away. Could have been a clean shot. And this is what I talk about, having teams on the same page. As one person's back, the other one's forcing a play. Could have been a prime equalizing chance there.
Yeah, you can't look across the field and say, oh no, it's you know, former world champion Greasy Meister. You got to look across the field and go, yeah, this is another 2-2 team. They're here for a reason just like we are. Here's Demensa. Putting one on, again, just token pressure from Magnifico, but it could turn into something much more. Now they may have numbers the other way. Gooch one-on-one and Demensa there to slam the door shut again.
Great defensive stop from Demensa. Magnifico are keeping the pace, although they are giving up a lot of space here. They have been able to move downfield. We haven't seen too many threatening offensive chances, not a lot of passing coming out from Magnifico. As again, both teams are giving each other ample amount of space here as the ball moves back and forth between ends.
Chippy did have to come up from a long way downfield, but he was willing to commit, and at least it slowed down Magnifico. To what end? Gooch looking to center for Wompt. Didn't quite get the ball where he was hoping. But now Womp dropped down for Chippy, and that's denied by Demensa. They haven't had to make many saves, but all three in this game have gone to Demensa.
Great effort, though, from Fierce. That's what you want to see for them on offense as well. Close chance, probably the closest one they've had all series. But again, still down by one, and now time. Not on their side. 30 seconds left as Chippy looks for a dunk, but Atomic gets the save. They're still trying. Womp, the shot, it won't fall. Atomic gets another stop on the goal line.
Oh, I thought that was earmarked for the goal, too. Great opportunity, and then after all that, when finally you've just exhausted yourself, that's your one big chance to tie the game. You had to sell out for it, and there's Greasy just picking apart on an open net the other way.
Yeah, honestly, I don't blame Fierce there. That's, again, 30 seconds left. You got to sit in the house. You know, if that ball gets cleared out with the final 10, there's a very low chance of a scoring chance. I say that, though. Look at the pass play. Almost a bump there. Womp decides to pop it up, and regardless, it'll still fall. And Magnifico take this one. So far, Fierce have not gotten a goal yet, Stacks.
Yeah, 3-0, 2-0. Could it be a perfect sweep? Not the perfect series, but could very well be a clean sheet all series long for Magnifico. They are 5 minutes away to punching their ticket into the second stage of this European regional, but I liked what we saw, especially in the final minute and a half from Fierce Esports. It looked like they finally put it together. I think they're all starting to buy in, probably to something Chippy is selling. You know, like, hey, we've got to go forward. You mentioned he's been so aggressive. I think they're starting to kind of be of one mind here, and we'll see if that changes anything going into Utopia Coliseum. It has to, or their run is over.
Here we go. Like you said, Magnifico, all they have to do is keep up their averages for one more game. But Fierce, like you said, they're starting to really get it. They're playing a lot closer to this Magnifico squad. That last game came down to pretty much one play. It was hit or miss from Fierce, and unfortunately they missed. But now they'll try again. It's 0-0, so it's really anybody's ball game as this one gets underway at Utopia Coliseum.
Then Mensa gonna take this himself, and you know he can, but he gets bumped out of the way. Excellent defending. Can't get the ball, get the player as Chippy blows up the play. Womp's got to stay home, and now Chippy will play this downfield and let Womp chase this. He's got a shot on off that challenge. And Chippy gets there for yet another that sails away, but Boost in control of Fierce Esports, at least for now.
Like Fierce, again, Womp just so much more aggressive this game. as he is on top of the ball. He's been doing pretty solid. He has a shot and a save already for Fierce. So they are turning things around. And look at that touch from the midfield as well. Trying to keep this one in Magnifico's in. Fierce are not giving up ground easily, as if Magnifico want to score, they're going to have to work for it here in this final game, or potential final game.
They may have to keep up that physical play. We've seen a couple of demos that haven't led to much from Magnifico, but the threat is always there. That boost, I think, spawned right as Atomic went up, and it almost led to a goal. Ball's pinballing around, and it does stay out. Magnifico took their shot. It didn't work out. Here comes Gucci the other way, tried to slow down a little bit to throw off Demensa. That didn't work either. So now both teams have had their opportunities, quality chances in front of the net, but we remain scoreless in a must-win game for Fierce.
Oh, Fierce, they are doing everything they can to clear this ball out. The efforts were great, but Demensa with an air bump, and Greasy wants to play this back in. Now it's Fierce who are stuck with the offensive pressure. Great pass out, but it will be put right back in as Magnifico are trying to control this game.
Atomic was taken off the field for a moment. Now he's waiting to see if Demensa can center. He can't, but Atomic can. He can bring this right to the net. That's a great stop by Wompt all the way downfield yet again. Fifth shot on target for Magnifico. 3 have required saves. And similar to the last game with Demensa making all the saves, it's Wompt who has a savior medal in the first half.
Nice chance there. Things are slowing down. This is, I believe, the longest we've gone with no goal. I say that, but Atomic with the speed to quickly pick that one up for Magnifico.
He is the only player on this team who had not scored in this final, which is bizarre because he's been the leading scorer on the team. One of the leading scorers in the whole tournament, averaging over a goal per game. Hasn't been needed in that capacity as this team has picked it up. And now they've got to hold on for 2 more minutes. Demensa all the way downfield, looking for someone to demo. Instead, he'll just settle on stealing some boost and slowing down Fierce Esports if they want to try and get back into this. Demensa out of his own corner. This is going to drop down, and now you're starting to see, I think, kind of cold feet here from Fierce. Somebody's got to commit and get downfield. Uchi is not going to get this centered for Wompt. Now he finally does, but Wompt was already behind him, expecting him to lose that challenge. You got to have some faith, fellas.
They're trying. They haven't given up yet. Still some offense. That's an open look. And Wompt will get the first goal. They're not done yet, Stacks.
There is life after all for Fierce Esports. They finally convert, this time on an open net. It was 13 minutes and 48 seconds without a goal. But this one reties the game. But look out off the kickoff. Atomic was threatening. And this is Magnifico ball for the moment.
That was so necessary for this team. Not only does it tie the game, but it builds some momentum. Like, we can score on these guys. Keeping up the pressure. They had an open look on the net. Oh no, someone make contact. Demensa almost had a solid look. Atomic, what is that angle? It almost fell through as well. It's back and forth here now as this game has opened up.
Game on. Gooch needs to get this out to the corner. He did not. It went to the wing, and Demensa's right there trying to drop this down. And, boy, that is messy defense from Fierce. Chippy at least got this out of harm's way. He's got a full tank of boost to go try and chase this ball down from Atomic. And Atomic has actually centered this. Gooch is shadowing Demensa, and I think Magnifico's lucky they did not get caught out there.
Very lucky. A little bit of hesitation on the play. The final few seconds, we need a clear. Look at that. Oh my, it's a laser. Demensa has to put a hand up. That one will be cleared out, but it's still in the air. Atomic, you have to want to kill this one, and they will play the overtime. 1 goal decides fates here.
Magnifico 1 goal away from next weekend. Will it be the veteran Greasy? Not this time. Now Atomic. Stopped by Gooch, but Chippy's got to get up there too, and he does. Just beats Demensa to the punch. And now Womp, he'll have some time, but not a lot. This goes downfield right at Demensa. Gooch is going to have this. He's got Chippy to his left. Chippy up top. Tough angle. Still a chance to center. Throwing off the defense, but nobody is there. Womp was so far back. And that hesitation rears its ugly head again, Daz.
That was the chance. Chippy, so much extra work to leave that open for Fierce. But everyone is all the way back. And now they have to play from their own end. Magnifico, they have all the space, all the boost, and all the pressure as they try to close this out.
Oh, here we go. Chippy, backboard. Nobody's there. Double is off the mark.
He's playing out of his mind. He's playing out of his mind. Chippy is doing the work here, but he has to hold on. The team needs to be on the same page. Magnifico, they're getting some opportunities here. It's looking shaky, but they're still holding on. Fierce are still holding on in this overtime.
Into the second minute of OT. I mean, it has to be absolute sweat time here for Fierce, having their tournament flash before their very eyes. Demensa, they got a demo from Greasy, but Gooch makes the save. Follow up from Atomic. He's backwards. He may still score this. No, it's a setup, but nobody there to follow.
Great play there for Fierce to stop that. Magnifico are getting creative, but Fierce are adapting. They're holding on, but still, the pressure's on. Demensa with room. They got to get a clear. That's a bump, but Chippy can take control, and he'll buy the team just a little bit more time.
Fierce is hesitating, though. There's a big bump as it knocks Greasy out of the play for a moment. But you can see it's just a lot of hesitation, even in the defensive end. I think there's just a little bit of panic right now from Fierce. They realize the next mistake they make may well be their last.
Not afford to give up room. Look at Demensa. He wants that control. You can see it. Same for Greasy and Atomic. Once they recognize they have time to make a pass play, it's all but over. Fierce have to step in front of this team.
That's by one. Atomic waiting. Now he's going to fall in behind. Greasy waiting at the back as Gooch will try and set one up for Chippy. Drop back for Womp, who was on his way back and had to make a quick turn. This is trouble because here comes Greasy, and there's Gooch clearing it away. Chippy got that corner boost just as well. He's been the guy who's been the most aggressive.
Oh, good read from Gooch as well off the touch. The drop down forces a double here.
Yeah, he's got guys Chippy, downfield.
Almost a chance, too. I mean, these guys are spreading out on both sides as everything here, boost steals, bumps, make such a big difference in both these teams' play stacks. 3 minutes and 20 seconds into this OT, and no one is trying to give an inch.
Demensa to Atomic. That's off the mark, and he can't get the double. Now
that's going to come back.
Yeah. Remember that. If Magnifico does not close this out, forget it if they do. Womp found Chippy, and Womp's got to turn for this. It's only him that could play that ball, and he had to avoid Atomic. Good communication at the back as Womp has the clear. He had a full tank to work with as well. So too does Chippy. But Gooch needs to get this out. Chippy can streak downfield. Can he get around Atomic? No, he cannot. Greasy got that to roll up the wall. It was just enough for Magnifico to relieve the pressure. Chippy missed the boost. Could be trouble. Oh, what a save.
Oh, Atomic. You know he's got to be feeling frustrated. He's been missing so many shots. They had the defense from Fierce and just a little bit of bad accuracy there. And now he's just throwing the ball out the mid. Demensa tried to turn that into a laser. Greasy! Oh no, Gooch! He knocks it away! They're not getting away with this easily here. The defense from Fierce goes just like the name of the team. They are on top of it. They are shutting things down on their own half, but they need to turn things into the offensive end.
Oh, what a setup by Chippy. Double for Womp. No, Gooch is there! And he almost won it! But we keep playing on in game 3.
Now it's coming down to it. 5 minutes of overtime. This game, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And these players are fighting for everything. You can tell those stacks. You can tell that they don't want to give it up easily, as no one has had a good look yet.
Atomic just throws one deep into the corner, trying to take advantage of a bad clear. None such coming yet. Dementa only pops this up, but Atomic got there just ahead of Wompt. Now this goes downfield. It is only Chippy at the back, and that's the only play he had. Can't get around Greasymeister, so Wompt will take over. Let that touch get away from him a little bit, but this works out. Chippy trying to play this all the way through. Needs to buy his teammates time to get in front. Womp can't get this to a teammate, though Chippy does make the turn. It looked like Magnifico had a breakdown field.
Gooch.
Now Gooch, his shot off the crossbar and set away by Greasy. Out of the corner again, and Atomic didn't clear the zone, so Chippy can keep this in again. Chippy for Gooch, no, Demenza's there, and now Magnifico on the counterattack. Looking to sell out here perhaps and end this. They cannot, and back and forth we go.
There's a demo on the play trying to slow things down. Chippy trying to buy some time. That's a good cut. It will bounce a little bit, and Wop can get a strong clear. Just this pressure from both sides. Everyone giving their all here in this one. We're 6.5 minutes through. As this game 3, you see Chippy with the control, flip reset, tries to play the challenge. It goes up for Womp. They're making Magnifico stretch here, using so much boost that they can't necessarily control the ball the way they want to, and it's leading to them struggling on the offensive end. Meanwhile, Fierce can clear things away, buy more time, and work on their chances downfield.
There's a little more confidence as this overtime continues for Fierce. Demenza having a tough time with it, but he did get around Chippy. Here's Womp to win it! And Greasy makes the save off the bar!
Oh, man, and again, no
now here
follow-up.
goes Demenza! He can't win it either! Oh, near misses on both sides, mere seconds apart from each other.
Back and forth, that's a big clear. Bounces off, Demenza not the best touch here. We need to see Fierce again, being aggressive. That third man needs to rotate here when they get a good chance. Otherwise, they give so much space for Magnifico to be able to clear this ball out. They've had some really good chances that leave the net seemingly open, but without that third person to follow up, those chances just go by the wayside. I'd say, it'd be tough for them because you don't want to give these chances to Magnifico, but Magnifico, they've had chances on their end as well, and the shots are not falling. 8 minutes of overtime here, Stacks, and no one has been able to score.
31 shots between these two teams in now, 13 minutes!
My God!
And there's Atomic! How does he score from this angle?
There's no way I thought that was going in! Atomic!
No way! What a finish!
Magnifico! Off of an insane shot from Atomic will send their way into day 2, stage 2. 8 minutes of overtime, over 30 shots. Fierce left it all out there, but unfortunately for them, their run-ins here.
On the E-League stream, at the end of stage 1, in round 5, that's where you see these long overtimes. We had a 9-minute overtime way back near the start of all this. I think we've had a couple of 6s. We had an 8-minute there. And you get to this stage, getting that last goal to get over the final hurdle is the toughest obstacle to clear. And finally, after 13 plus minutes, Atomic found the strike from there of all places. Unreal.
Unreal. You spoke about it yourself, Stacks. You really said Atomic wasn't necessarily the top scorer here for Magnifico this series. But man, when he did score, it mattered big time. And you saw that in that overtime. But big credit to Fierce because they really just put everything they had into that game 3. You saw it. It was one of those teams that, again, You saw the type of goal Atomic had to score. They were not giving anything up easily for them. So, kudos to them. They fought hard, but, Magnifico, they do it at the end of the day.
Well, we always save the best for last here on the E-League stream, and that was the best single game of the day, at least by my thoughts. And, we saw quite a few I mean, we saw some doozies, but we saw a few good ones as well. That one was right up there as Atomic wins it for Magnifico. Magnifico's through into stage 2. We're going to send things back to the boys. F. Dot, take it away.